My Hebrew brothers and sisters, welcome back. 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. You know, today is the end of our Feast of Tabernacle, or the Hebrew word, the Feast is Sukkot. And I just like to blow the shofar just as the ending of the celebration of this great feast, time when come together to remember all the bounties that Yahuwah has provided for us, and he set that in writing, that our ancestors should follow these statutes and remembering, and said when should not appear before Yahuwah empty. Young men should not appear before him empty. So we just want to thank him for all of the many blessings that he has bestowed upon us. Now we are in Psalm 1, and we have completed Psalm 1 verses 1 through 3, and we have Psalm 1, 4 through 6. That's Psalm 1 verses 4 through 6 to complete the psalm. My brothers and my sisters, let me say this, that as we study, as we look at the righteous man, and in contrast with the wicked man, we're going to notice here, my brothers and my sisters, that this wicked man, he lives an unholy life, right? He's not fruitful, as far as his relationship with Yahuwah is concerned. Yeah, he's not fruitful. He's in a state of what we would refer to as being spiritually dead. Okay, and so let me say this, my brothers and my sisters. Sometimes we have a tendency, to want to point fingers, and sometimes, we know that the Gentiles have done their work, okay? But this passage does not necessarily aim directly just to the Gentile. There are some Hebrew Israelite people who are wicked. They set to do wickedness, okay? And so if they don't shape up, they're going to end up just like the wicked Gentiles. If they don't shape up, if they don't change their life. You remember in Ezekiel, Yahuwah sent Ezekiel, the prophet, said, "Son of man, you go and you tell them." He said, if you tell the wicked, it's our job to tell them. Okay? If we see them doing wrong and we don't tell them that they're doing wrong, we're guilty. And even for the righteous, if the righteous turn away from his righteousness and go do wickedness and die in his sin, he has to face Yahuwah. He has to face a judgment, my brothers and my sisters. So don't let anybody tell you that, if you start living righteously and then you start doing evil and you doing the wrong thing, and you die, that you're secure. No. Security doesn't mean that. Security means that those of us who are in him and are doing the right thing, we are secure in him. Okay? All right. So then, notice that it said here, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. We're going to look at the word wind here, because the word wind is the same word that's used in the in the scripture, is used as the same word, a spirit, okay, and is a word ruach, and is resh, vav, and chet or ket, okay, and it has the resemblance of breath, that is seizable, or even violent exhalation, what is it? When you exhale, okay, exhalation. All right, good. So what happened here is a figure, figuratively, talk about life. You have anger, unsubstantiability, even, like sometimes you stop and you look up in the sky and you could see the cloud just moving rapidly, moving rapidly, like a tempest, a blast, like a whirlwind. All right. So he said here that he's like a chaff which the wind drives away. Now, the chaff is the other part of the grain that we refer to as the shell or the husks or whatever. When the men are, the people use the pitchfork and they stir up the wheat or the grain, whatever grain it is, right? Then they would get the big parts out. It's easy to pick up, but the small particles, right? Mixing with the grain. What they do, they put the grain, everything in the sieve, and they would, go outside where when the wind is blowing, and then they throw it up and down, and then the grain remains, fall in the, and the wind would take the chaff away, okay? And so what is saying here that the wicked man, the ungodly, he just like that. He won't have anything to stand. It's just like the chaff that the wind drives away. Nothing. It's like it's empty. It refuse. Okay? You're not going to eat the chaff. It's something that you throw away. Right? Good. So, and look down in verse 5 with me. Look down in verse 5, because therefore, and it's like it drawing a conclusion to the whole matter. It said, therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in judgment. I want you to look at the word judgment there. Remember we said we're studying and we're looking at keywords, because the keyword will bring out meaning verbs. They also bring out meanings. What kind of action is being taken? Okay? Okay. So, the judgment here is the word mishpat. Mishpat. Okay? And there are 4 Hebrew letters that make up that word, mishpat. And it's mem, shin, pe, and tet. And the meaning of this is a verdict. And the verdict, my brothers, can be either favorable or unfavorable. Okay? And so it's something that is pronounced. It's judicial. It's a sentence, a formal decree. Okay? It's a determination, and Yahuwah is saying here is that the ungodly not going to be able to stand in the judgment, right? He won't be able to stand in the judgment. He won't have anything worthy to say. The wicked person won't have anything worthy to say. Okay. So he's going to be judged, and he's going to be judged, and the judgment is in the full manner of the law. Praise his name. Praise his name. The measure, the sentence that is worthy. It's a ruling over cases, for this wicked person. Yeah. Not just one case you have a whole lot of cases, right? And so it's going to be a decision made. And so in this judgment, decision is being made about whether or not this person, this wicked person, whatever he does, he's going to be judged by, my brother. He can't hide. He cannot hide. Okay, he says, so therefore, he said, he will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. I want to look at we're going to look at the word congregation there. I'm going to look at the word righteous. Okay, look at the word congregation, because congregation is Adar, the Hebrew word Adar. And it is A in Dalet and He, meaning a stated assemblage or an assembly. It's a company, it's a congregation, it's a huge crowd of people. And these people, there's a multitude of people. And these are people that are on Yahuwah's side. These are the called out people. Okay? This congregation here, they are the called out ones. And let me say this. He said, the sinners, the sinners, they're not going to be able to stand in the congregation. Like when the wheat and the tares are growing up, you can't tell the difference, right? You can't tell the difference. They resemble, So it's after it comes to full fruition. It comes to the point now where it's almost ready to reap. You can tell the difference with the tares and the wheat. Because the tares don't have no fruit on it. No fruit. And it's there so that if you go and root it up when it's young, you root up also the wheat. This is why Yeshua said, let the tares and the wheat go till harvest. When harvest time comes, you can tell the difference, my brothers, my sisters. So the congregation here is a multitude of people, and these are the people that the wicked cannot hide among them, because his lifestyle is different. It's different from them. And look at the word righteous here. Okay, the righteous. Okay, he said he cannot stand in the congregation of the righteous. And righteous here is Sadiq. Okay, and it is Sadi, Dalet, and Kaf, meaning just or the lawful or the righteous man. The just or the lawful or the righteous man. My brothers, if you are on Yahuwah's side, you are right. You're lawful when you do his bidding. Whatever he tells us to do, when we do it, we are considered law-abiding. Because we keep the law of Yahuwah. And my brothers, my sisters, we cannot keep the law of Yahuwah and don't keep the law of the land, because, this is where, we have to show We have to show that we are standing right. We are right on both in socially, and we are right spiritually. Well, my time is gone, my brothers and my sisters. And we are at the end of the book of chapter 1. It says, for YAHUAH knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Walk with the King and be a blessing. Shalom.